guys, what is up? Welcome, welcome to the Pick and Roll Podcast, episode number 75. I'm here with my guys, Coach Ed Glammy, next up Randy, and Blaze Radio, who's on location. Where are you, man?
I am at Grant Street Park, live here where Jerry West actually played. This is the court where the man played way back in the day. We're about a half an hour from West Virginia, so him and friends would travel up here, play on this very court right here years ago. And now there's two more courts. They have over 50 teams in this summer league that's about to start. And I figured, why not go on location? I know we're going to talk about the finals. I know we're going to talk about Jerry West. So why not revisit a court that he played on when he was a kid? So glad to have everybody here.
That is crazy. My God. Like, you remember watching him play there? Like,
no, I was never here when he played. I just, from talking to all the OGs here, they would say, hey, you know, this is where a ton of players, the Heisman Trophy winner that went to Syracuse from the hometown here, Chuck Muncie, who played for the Chargers, lived right up the street. He played here. So a lot of famous people hit this court. I used to run these parks, and it's so good to see so many people here hanging out to play basketball. This is what it's all about, people. The kids, the youth growing up to play ball. White, black, Puerto Rican, Chinese, you got everything. You got tons of people from little kids to adults, girls, boys. They have over 50 teams here this year, so I wanted to celebrate. I helped get this thing going, and I know I wanted to share it with you guys because our passion for basketball, and this is the heart of growing up playing basketball, man. The street, on the court, outside with the sun and just having fun.
Oh, my God. So, yeah, guys.
Sun and fun.
Yes, sir. Jerry West passed away today at age 86, and it's a very sad day, man. It's the logo. So we're gonna start off with Randy, man. You got anything to say about like Jerry West or whatever?
Yeah, obviously I wasn't around when he played, but R.I.P. to Mr. West and his loved ones. But some stats that popped up on TV today that I saw that actually really caught my eye. He has the most final points, 1,679. He has the most 30-point games with 31. He has the most 40-point games with 10, and he's tied for the most at 50-point games with 1. Like I did not know those numbers, and that is just out of this world, man. That is crazy.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Incredible.
Thank you, Monstar.
Yeah, West Philadelphia.
Hey, I want to piggyback off of what he said. The things that stuck out with me earlier today, listening to the podcast and ESPN and stuff, talking about him. Jerry West had success at every level of the game. As a kid in high school, West Virginia, he was all American. As a college player, he was. They went to the final game but lost. But he got MVP of the tournament. And they lost the finals against Cal. Olympics, once regular Olympics, and he was a gold medalist. And the other was like a Pan Am Games thing where he won a gold as well. Then in college, WVU, success. And then in the pros, he had 9 championships in a row. Now, he only won 1. But one of those finals, and this is never going to happen again. College tournament, they lost the finals and he was the MVP. NBA finals, they lost and he was the MVP. And a losing team. So on the court, yes, I hear a lot of things off the court from him too. He is the logo. And then playing in the NBA, past that as a coach and an executive. So every level of the game he succeeded in. So there was actually a conversation I heard earlier that he had with Michael Jordan about the logo. And he was all for Jordan having the logo. He was like, might as well. You're the greatest thing going right now. Jerry West wouldn't have mind if they changed the logo to Jordan. I mean, I'm a logo guy, so logos aren't really all about the person. Hardly ever has a logo have a person, but I'm glad they kept it. I mean, at 86, rest in peace. But what a life to be that famous, to touch so many people, to raise the game at every level and have success. I mean, it's unheard of. So it's something definitely to celebrate.
It is. And Coach.
you know, prayers, my condolences and prayers to his family. You know, I know it's tough no matter how long you've lived your life, how fulfilling, especially someone who's touched so many people, not just in his inner circle, but worldwide. He's a big factor, you know, in terms of this game growing to where it is now. And you know, you guys have touched on it, the things that he's done with, you know, on the court, you know, there right where you're at, Blaze. You know, you could see, you know, the impact with all the kids that are out there and the respect that is, you know, being garnered, and you know, kids just having a good time going out and playing basketball. And you know, exactly, you know, it's you know, again, for him to be the logo for that long, for this long, I mean, that speaks volumes over everything else, man. You know, you think about it. You know, Michael Jordan. If they switched to Michael Jordan, I don't think anyone would have had a problem with it. You know, because you know there is the you know there's a large facet that says he's the greatest basketball player ever. You know, and it's understandable. And you know, look at what he's done. But Jerry West, you know, like you said, Blaze, he's hit on every level. You know, I forgot he was a Lakers coach, and he had a winning record. 3 years they made the playoffs, and he coached only 3 years before he moved up into being an executive. So, it's a sad moment, you know, losing a great icon like that. But when you sit back and you think about all that he's done, you know, for the game of basketball, you know, it warms your heart because people enjoy the game, you know, and that's what it is. So, you know, Blaze, just a little thought, just a little thing for you. Always keep your camera up and put it on your face so no one thinks you're doing anything else with kids in the background.
No, I know.
You're not. We know, and we can attest, and we can.
These are my people, man. This is the 5 or 6 years ago, I ran this place. I know a lot of these kids. If not known the kids, I know the parents.
Yeah.
I know the guy running it. But I know where you're coming from. But I just wanted to get this basket right here because this is the hoop that Jerry West shot on. And I dunked on many times.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
I probably still could throw one down on that hoop, to be honest with you.
Hey, bro, come on, there. Let's not. You can probably do it, but then the after effects, you know, what's going to happen there. So, but again, you know,
I'll get injured on the live stream. Need an ambulance.
Yeah, you think about Jerry West and the level of competition that he went up against, especially against the Celtics, and you know all that he's done throughout his career, who he has played with, you know, on those Lakers teams, you know, and you know you think about it. I mean, look at LeBron, you know, talking about, you know, his conversations, you know, I mean Steph and Clay and those guys with Golden State. You think about all the great people that he's touched, Kobe, Shaq, you know, I mean it's you think about it and you know the teams that he's helped groom. You know, it's not just the Lakers, it's the Grizzlies, it's Golden State, it's the Clippers. You know, and you think about that, and you say, "Wow, he's had an impact on all these great organizations."
Oh, that's sick. Go ahead, keep going.
Organizations and the people that he's touched, you know, in reference to it. So, you know, it's a sad day, you know, in reference to losing him, but on the same token, you know, it's great to have known the impact that he's had on the NBA and basketball across the world. It's not just the NBA, it's basketball internationally, and in college and in high school and all the way down and right where Blaze is in youth sports. So
And before I go and say something, there's on Twitter here, you see Jerry West's executive career is legendary. He recruited and signed Shaquille O'Neal, Kevin Durant, Kawhi Leonard. He traded for Kobe Bryant, Paul George. He drafted Klay Thompson and Draymond Green. He won 8 championships, 2 Executive of the Year award winners. So these are all the players that he got for his teams.
He was also he was also a vocal point too on the SGA pickup when the Clippers drafted him, and then look what they used to move him to eventually get Paul George. So, like, I'm sure when they moved him, he was a little upset, but yeah, like that. Look at all those names you just mentioned, Mitch. That's crazy.
But I mean, that's what's crazy too, is we could sit here and talk about the numbers all we want, but as a human being, the comments I'm hearing about him, how he helped the game through wild times, how he was always, at the top of the level, but still always supporting like the human being besides just the player. You hear good things about both, and you can find faults in anybody if you dig deep enough, but someone who has come so far and done so much for so long. I mean, that's the thing. Like you guys were saying, how long has he been associated with basketball? And, since he was in West Virginia and going up, he's always had an impact. And someone even said on, I forget what channel it was this morning, he could arguably be one of the most impactful person in such a long time. I talked about how Jordan affected marketing and shoes and money and, stuff like that when he played outside of the game. Jerry West did the same thing for his whole career. And just like you guys are pointing out, as an executive, to win Executive of the Year and things like that, just shows that the man loved the game so much from a little kid like these kids to 86 years old. God rest his soul.
Yeah, crazy. And then now, I don't think that the logo's ever going to change. Maybe it will sometime down the line, but I don't want to think about that. The Game 3 is tonight. They're going to have a moment of silence for Jerry West. Like, that's going to be so emotional. I can't wait to watch that. I just can't wait to watch that part. Yep. Salute to Raf, man. Thank you for stopping by. It looks like an all-star starting lineup right there.
Fucho, what's up, Marley?
Yeah, it is up. Randy, did you have anything to say right there? Or I thought you...
No, I just know what's up, Raf.
Oh, okay. All right, but it hurts, man. It just hurts. I've never seen this guy play. I've never seen him do anything except for just being an executive, and that's.
But when someone that's so famous and so impactful dies, I think we should celebrate it. I mean, you don't have to feel sad about someone who, yes, it sucks for his family. He could have lived another 10 years or whatever, but look at the life he lived. Celebrate it. Be thankful that, he was a part of the game from a kid to old and everything he's done. That's such a full life. Like, how many people would love to have the life that Jerry West had? You know what I'm saying? So I celebrate it, man. What a great human being.
Yeah. Yeah, I was on the phone with you earlier, and I just felt like this is a guy that could never die. I just thought he would just be there forever, but it looks like, yeah. Rest in peace to Jerry West. Prayers up to all family and friends and teams, everyone who's close to him, and especially the court out there. Do you think they're going to do something on that court, Blaze? Do you think they're going to do something for Jerry West there?
I don't know. Most of the people here don't even know that Jerry West played here. That's why another reason why I wanted to come down here and say, hey, I was just talking to the guy over here, his kid's playing, and I said, did you know Jerry West actually played on this court? I mean, here's the thing. I'm not a Laker fan, but it made me want to wear a Laker jersey today to honor him. You know what I'm saying? I'm an NBA fan above everything. So I'm here to spread the word as well. Not a lot of people realize how many famous people played on these courts.
Well, Blaze, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Mitch. Go ahead.
No. You're good, Coach.
I was just going to tell Blaze, you have your new mission to go to your city hall or to your council people and have them do something about that, man. Seriously.
See this right here? This mural was painted not too long ago. When I was a park director, my idea was Jerry West plaque, Chuck Muncie plaque. I can't remember the dude from Syracuse that won the Heisman Trophy, but he's from this area too. His name is not. I can't. In the 70s, he was. Yeah, somebody look it up. Syracuse Heisman, it'll come up. And he's from this area too. He played on this court, so it's like. And when Jerry West Virginia is about 30 minutes that way south. So they would drive up here just to play on this court because there was always great games here. And if you look at any city. What name?
Ernie Davis?
Yep, Ernie Davis.
Yeah.
That's it. Thank you.
Yeah,
So I know
one of my favorite running backs of all time. Yeah.
Yeah, he's from my hometown. He's from right here. He's played on these courts. There's other ones too. I just can't remember. Gene Steratore. You guys know who Gene Steratore is, right?
Mhm.
The referee.
Yes.
He came down here and refereed for my league. His son still referees in this league. I got to meet Gene Steratore and his father, Grandpa Steratore, before he passed. Rest his soul. So I got to pick the brain of Gene Steratore. He's from this area. I mean, there's a lot. Terry Mulholland was a pitcher for Giants and the Phillies and a couple other teams. He's from this area, so he's played on the baseball field right over there. There's a football field right there where Ernie Davis and Chuck Muncie played. So there's so much history here. And yes, I wanted to do a mural here of those names, Coach. So you're on the same wavelength as me. We need to have reminders that these famous people. They called this court the Mecca for a reason. And if you know, Madison Square Garden, places called the Mecca have history. And when you said around this area, we're going to go ball at the Mecca, everyone knew it was Grant Street, and it was right here. So I mean, there's so much history.
From West Virginia too.
Yeah, a deeper part of West Virginia. Him and White Chocolate. They both went to Marshall, I believe.
Oh wow, White Chocolate.
Yeah, they were on the same team. They were on the same team in I believe high school and college, or just high school.
Oh my God.
Jay Will was awesome, man. Can you imagine him throwing alley-oops to Randy Moss?
Yeah, 94 they played together. Their teammates at DuPont High.
Yep.
Hey, there's only one Jay Will. I'm sorry, and he's from my hometown.
There's a bunch of Jay Wills.
Nah, there's only
That's
one
why I
Jay
said White
Will.
Chocolate. You gotta identify. There's a Dookie.
Yeah,
I'll call it a Dookie. Jay Will is the other one.
Hey, stop it. He's from my hometown.
Is he?
Jay Will. He's from Plainfield, New Jersey. Played at St. Joseph, the same one as whatchamacallit with the Wolves. But that's for another day. That's not.
He's a legend as well, and I think he's awesome on as an analysis too.
Yeah.
Do you think you can try to name the court Jerry West, or could you try that, or no?
Grant Street Park has a lot of history and name and knowing now, but this court alone should be named after him or something, but it is what it is right now.
Yeah, salute to you, Charles. Thank you for stopping by. But yeah, what team was he executive for? I know Warriors was one.
Clippers was the last one, I believe.
Clippers, Warriors, Grizzlies, and the Lakers.
4? Oh, I thought it was only 2.
No, it's the it's the Lakers, then the Grizzlies, then the Golden State, and the Clippers.
Wow, incredible!
Yeah, Marley, you'd be surprised how many athletes played many sports back in the day, and that's what's lost nowadays. Where kids played football, then you went to basketball, then you went to either baseball or track and field. And then some even went to wrestling, where now it's so focused on one sport now, where playing multi-sports helps in your full development athlete. Oh, I see that young person back there trying to get the dunk on.
Mm-hmm. Well, the Bo Jacksons and the Deion Sanders aren't going to happen anymore, because if you think about it, NFL is year round now. As soon as the season's over, they're getting ready for, other stuff for the game not too long. Same thing with basketball. I mean, it's pretty much the training, the thing takes all year. And I've known a lot of people that come up and you see them play high school and excel basketball and football, baseball and basketball. But it comes to a point, and another name hopefully we hear more of, Rodney Gallagher, who plays for West Virginia right now. He was he's the one that played with Bronny James. Bronny James played on this court 3 years ago. Bronny James was here, played in this league. And Rodney Gallagher, he had a choice. He was an all-state wide receiver and quarterback, also played D-back. He was an all-state basketball player. He had to choose when he went to West Virginia, what do you want to play? And he went with football, and I hope it pays off for the kid. But yeah, like you said, it's tough for them to do that at the pro level now. Like we used to see a little more of it back in the day, because like you said, one season ended, you went right to the other one. In high school, you literally did that.
but also for the body too, right, Blaze and Coach? Like,
True.
Like playing multiple sports would help develop the body a lot different as well. Like I remember growing up when I was playing football, my coach used to say, I want you to join the wrestling team because I want you to be able to have more powerful legs coming off the line. And I didn't even think about it at the time, but he was like, also your frame, it's going to help you push. It's also going to help you arm battle. And when I did, I tell you, it changed me as an athlete. So you guys said it, you nailed it. A lot of athletes nowadays stick with the same one. They go a whole season of workout regimens, this, that, the third, eating, and then all of a sudden the other season comes back and they're ready to go. They gain a little bit more weight, got a bit more speed, maybe put on a bit more muscle, and the multi-sport athlete is lost now. It kind of sucks, but you guys nailed it.
I'm actually looking around because there's a guy, his name's Gus Gerard. He's also from this town. He played in the ABA. He played for the Virginia Squires. He lives right down the street from me. And he sometimes frequents the park when the kids are playing. And he played with Dr. J. He played with Jerry West. He played with all the big names back in the ABA. And if I saw him here, I was going to interview him live on the show. And I don't see him yet. So if I'm like looking around, I'm also trying not to get hit by a basketball.
Hey, if you grab the ball, just shoot it.
Hey, I did that on my garden stream last week. Check it out. Two free throws with one hand. Twist. One hand.
Dang, I got to go back and watch that now. Because you told me, it was like, that was for you, Mitch. I'm like, damn it.
I'll do it again Friday on my garden stream.
Now I got to watch it again. Yeah, the legend Jerry West. Yeah. Crazy.
Let's get to these finals, man. We got a game tonight.
I was just about to get into that, man. Pause. I was just about to say that. NBA Finals, Game 3, Mavericks and Celtics. I'm nervous as hell for this game. I am nervous. Blaze, what you were telling me before?
Why are you nervous? You're not playing.
No. You were saying like you were feeling some kind of vibe.
I mean, I said it since day one. I want 6 or 7 games because I want as much basketball before it's over. But something keeps telling me Boston in 5. And the thing I've seen after the first 2, if Dallas can even win a game at this point the way they're playing, and I looked at the box score of the last game, and you got Boston has legit 6 All-Stars, whether they were a previous All-Star or one now. Holiday, Tatum, Horford, their whole starting 5 and Porzingis are all-stars. You look at Dallas, well, they have 2, but only one showing up right now, and he's not even 100%. So it's doom and gloom right now for Dallas. It does not look good, but you never count someone out at home. Never count a team out at home. Can these guys that they picked up at the trade deadline, the Gaffords, the PJ Washingtons, can they step up? Who else is a dark horse that could come off the bench or perform better than they have been to help Dallas? Luka can't carry it all on his own. So we'll find out tonight. It's a test. They lose tonight, they're done. I just saw a video on LeBron. And I started thinking, man, I liked Heat LeBron. I liked second time around Cavs LeBron. They were down 3-1 against the Warriors. And everyone said, it's over. No way LeBron and Cleveland can come back. You got to take it game by game. Right now, Dallas can't look any further than tonight. They got to do whatever they can to win tonight, because if they go down 3-0, then, 157-0 or something? No team's ever come back from that. It's pretty much over. But weirder things in sports have happened. So tonight, is it the most pivotal game of the year? Yeah, I'd say it is. What do you guys think?
I think it is. Can Luka be enough to take away one game? That's my question. Is Luka enough? I'm going to say no to that. I'm sorry. Kyrie needs to step up. Gafford needs to do his thing. It's just like he needs help. Luka is that damn good.
Well, I said in the chat too. Sorry to interrupt you. I was like, Luka's got to do like 40, 20, and 10, and Kyrie's got to drop 30, 10, and 10 if they're going to have a chance.
Yeah, where to go? I know, I saw that. 40,
yeah.
I'm kind of behind it, but yeah, I don't know. Coach, how you feeling about this game?
I'm like you guys for the most part. I mean, Dallas has to definitely step up, and they have to win this game because if not, it's going to be extremely challenging. And it's also going to put a lot of pressure, actually not on Luka, but on Kyrie Irving, because the
Yep.
expectation was that he was going to be the one to at least help, and he's really hasn't done anything. And Luka needs him. He was brought there because he was supposed to be that dynamic, and when they lost Jalen Brunson, he was supposed to be the one to help take the pressure off. And he's been there in the finals before. He's hit the clutch shot in Game 7 before, so he knows what it takes. And for him to not be producing, especially with all the drama that he's been through, with Boston and in Brooklyn, so on and so forth, you would have expected to see him really step up his game and perform. And it's a great disappointment that he's not. So being that Dallas is in this situation, you cannot let Boston take a game in Dallas. You like Blaze said, you have to focus on today's game, take it one play at a time, execute, get back on defense, try to contain Brown and Tatum and the rest of the Celtics, and capitalize whenever you have the opportunity. Now your crowd should be able to give you some energy, and can they do that and help you push through and maybe get to a point where you put this game out of reach early if your crowd gives you that type of energy and you can capitalize. So, but it's a critical game. It's most important for Dallas more than it's important for both of them. For Boston to break their will and to impact their mindset, especially even if they lose Game 4 to go home with an opportunity to close out. But on the other side for Dallas, you gotta get a game. 2-1 is not as bad as 3-0. So. But go ahead, Randy. You got it, bro.
Yeah, man. If I'm Jason Kidd, I hate to say it, but I want to see a little bit more, maybe some Jaden Hardy and maybe some Tim Hardaway Jr. When Hardy's out there, he's explosive. He reminds me of McBride for the Knicks, like a guy that can just like explode to the basket, get guys open on the ends, and can shoot it as well from three. I don't know if Tim Hardaway got something on Jason Kidd and he's holding his ass to the bench, because haven't really seen much of him in the first two games, if any. And we know he can definitely get hot from three. So if they could catch him on fire and maybe hold him in a bottle, that'll help. But they need more bench scoring, because Luka's not 100%, and Kyrie's a shell of himself. And the Boston team looks like they're poised for that 18th banner. So, like Coach said, it's basically the series isn't over until you lose one at home. So it's a lot easier to come back from 2-1 than 3-0. So Dallas definitely needs one tonight.
Yeah. And I'm like, is Porzingis playing? Because I heard he's questionable again.
Yeah, they're saying it's questionable.
If he doesn't play, it's gonna make a big impact. But
he said he would have to be in the hospital or something if he's not going to play. That's his words. Every player is going to say that. But when they interviewed him about it, he was like, something really bad is going to have to happen if you're going to keep me from playing in this game. So that's not his decision, though. When it comes down to it, the doctors and the coaches and stuff will make that decision. But he wants to play.
Yeah. And Wally goes, Blaze, stay hydrated. It's warm outside.
Well, I'm right at the snack shack. I built this thing. I had someone built this thing. They didn't even have a snack shack when I ran this place. Whew, I needed shade. Yeah, a buddy of mine, I contracted him to come here. This is just a pavilion, and he built this place so we could have a snack shack.
That is cool. Wow. Yeah. So if Porzingis doesn't play, is it going to make a big impact? Probably. I mean, what? Yeah,
they spoke about that. I forgot where it was, but when he's not in the lineup, it's a 50-50 game. When he's in the game, it's heavily favored towards Boston. So I think it's like 73%. So
Isn't there a stat something like Kyrie's 0-12 against them in the last 12 games or something too? So signs are showing it could be a sweep, but I'm hoping Dallas can at least squeak one out. I don't want basketball to end, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, we got the Olympics.
True.
We got the Olympics coming up. So.
What you say? You say you hate it. You got the W, bro. You got basketball still. You if you choose not to watch it. I'm just saying.
Tune into the podcast. Coach Ed will tell you all about it. I can't, but tune into the podcast. Hey, I support it. I know the game's growing. You guys are doing a fabulous job over there. That just shows how much basketball is so big that we had to have a second podcast to cover the W now too.
Yep, that will be with Coach Ed Gladney. That will be with Next Shift Randy and Nick from Sleeper Sports Media tomorrow at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Where's the poster, Mitch? Where's the poster?
4 p.m. Canadian.
You mean the flyer? There you go.
Yeah, there it is. Full court press, baby. Oh, put me right on Angel Reese's titties. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, oh, there you go. My kids. Come on, Blaze.
No, they can't hear them. They're on the other side.
No, I'm far enough away.
Kid walks by and he's like,
I'm keeping distance. I know, even when I walk, I just walk right through the middle of the courts, and I make sure not to get a lot of faces. I've done this before. That's why I'm this far away. But I want the vibe. I want you guys to feel the vibe of the playground.
Oh, you can
at the playground.
Playground.
Coach,
probable.
Coach, you remember ABC? At the playground, you know? Yeah. Playground.
Porzingis is doubtful, Mitch.
Aisha.
Doubtful means that he's out.
Who's the starting center then?
Horford.
Oh, right.
And then they're going to go to Cornette off the bench.
I forgot about. How do I forget about Al Horford, the guy who screwed the Sixers over?
Yeah,
and he plays well. Like, it's odd, isn't it? He's only good for Boston and Atlanta.
I look for Al Horford to have a huge game here. Luka was eyeballing him, saying shit to him. You don't wake the beast, man. He's still OG. That dude can pull out a 30-point game out of nowhere. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see a lot of him. But that's the thing. Boston can come at you from so many places. They can have a different MVP every game. And it's not that Dallas is a horrible team. They had players step up to get them there, to get them here. You know, and now they're not stepping up. It can't only be Luka, like I said. But I want a ball game. They got to win. Let's make it 2-2, man. Wishful thinking from your boy Blaze.
And then Butterfly goes shaky stream.
I'm walking around. I'm on location, Butterfly.
Hey, Spongy. Yeah, he's on location.
I try to keep. This ain't no background. This ain't no green screen, yo.
And then Butterfly says, Mavs, come on. Hey, that's the spirit. She said, Spurs fan rooting on for the Mavericks.
Wow.
That's the spirit. That's the spirit, but...
That's like Rios rooting for the Spurs himself.
Yeah.
Happy birthday to my man Rios, by the way.
It's actually kind of funny. He's 40, and Wemby scored 40 points his career high.
That just makes me think of that Oklahoma State coach. I'm a man. I'm 40. Come at me. Remember that press conference?
Yeah, I remember.
I got to send that to Rios. He's a man. He's 40.
If the Celtics win, this is over. Well, actually, Melo, you ready for this? Your former head coach, Borrego, he's now the favorite for the Lakers head coaching job now. That will never end. That will never end. Hey,
I told you. It's all speculation at this point. Nobody knows who's going to be a damn coach over there. I'd rather talk about the finals. We'll talk about it when it happens at this point.
Yeah. So I'm just saying I love Tim Hardaway, man. That guy can shoot. That guy's a very good player. Underrated. He doesn't play.
I know. I was just going to say that. That's another one that could come off and start playing and have an effect. Is he hurt?
You're talking
Junior,
about
Junior.
Yeah.
The current Tim Hardaway. Okay. Remember Run TMC? Coach might remember Run TMC.
Yes, I do. Richmond, Hardaway, and Mullen.
Mullen.
I remember.
Yeah. Run TMC. the first iteration of the Good Warriors teams.
Look, when he said Tim Hardaway, that's where my mind went.
Me too.
That's who Tim
My
Hardaway
bad.
is
My
for
fault.
me.
Yeah, make sure to
But
say junior.
I get it today when you say it. A lot of younger basketball players, they relate to him, and I get it. So
I just forgot. That just slipped my mind. And yeah, Tim Hardaway. Whenever I went to the Sixers game against the Mavs, he would shoot lights out every single time. He's like the X factor that you can't beat.
Does anybody know why he's not playing? Is it just a coaching decision, or is he hurt?
I think it's a coaching decision. He's a coaching decision.
I mean, at this point, you got to make some changes to get some kind of spark. I mean, as thinking coach-wise, when you're...
How has he been playing in the playoffs?
I don't know. I haven't even, but I'm just saying, I don't know if he has. He played a little bit in a couple of the other series I remember, but at this point, I mean, don't you want to shake it up a little bit? Try something different? What they were doing in game 1 and 2 ain't working.
True.
They're all professionals. Let's shake it up a little bit. Give some of the guys off the bench an opportunity to be that spark. You never know. Hardaway comes out, hits a couple threes, a couple dishes. Next thing you know, Kyrie's stepping up. You never know. It could be a chain effect. So I look for the Mavs to try something different tonight. You almost have to.
So he did not play the last 2 games against Minnesota. He did not.
They love it. They want to be on TV now.
The Thunder, he played a little bit.
You're live, yeah.
Timberwolves
Here.
and the Thunder.
Shout out to the Park Kids. That's what it's all about, man.
That is great. Yeah, but the only time he played Tim Hardaway was against the Thunder and Timberwolves. That's pretty much it. He took 2 shots, 1 3-point attempt, and 1 steal in game 1. That's basically it. He played 8 minutes in the first game of the finals. Coaching decision. His plays at his no, he's not there.
No, he's at the playground that Jerry West used to play basketball in his early years. So he's there showing as a sign of respect and taking it back to the beginning for Jerry West.
Make sure to subscribe. Sorry, I'm promoting my channel. He's like, what's it on? What's it on?
Hey, it's a Hardcore Sports Network.
I could have told him that too.
Oh, wow.
But if I sat here telling him every channel we're on, I'd be there for 20 minutes.
No, just say the Hardcore Sports Network. That's it.
You're like handing out cards. You're like, here, just check this out. Just check this.
What else is on the docket there, Mitch?
Well, I did also have, I actually wanted to bring this up a little bit here. This one's kind of interesting. I've been talking about this a lot as of late. Favorite NBA team in the NFL comparison. So for your NBA team, who's the NFL comparison? Blaze and I were going back and forth on this.
It's a little difficult. It's kind of weird. Like I said, I was comparing like
Clippers.
how far a certain team went. Yeah, I said like we were talking about the Eagles. So I said Eagles lost in the first round this year. They were expected to go further, right? So I looked at the NBA playoffs to see what team lost in the first round that was maybe supposed to go further. Clippers were a number 4. They lost to Dallas. It was a 5. Now when we look at it, it doesn't look like a big upset, but I'm trying to in a 4 over a 5. That's a crapshoot if you ask me when it comes to playoff time, because it could be just a game or 2 difference between the two. But I mean, the comparisons, if you want to compare like players, this team has 2 stars, that football team has 2 stars, or stuff like that. It's difficult to find 2 that kind of compare, but it was a fun little thing we talked about for a couple minutes. I mean,
for the Boston Celtics, if they lose this finals, they're the 49ers. I'm saying that time and time again.
Yeah. They got Purdy and CMC, and they were good all year, and they didn't make it to the finals. They didn't win the Super Bowl.
So when they win, who are they comparable to then?
I don't know.
I might have to go back a year or 2 in football to find someone who was this dominant. Maybe a team who had to play against 2 teams in the playoffs where they didn't have their quarterback. Like we were talking about, Boston played against teams that had injuries on the way. So some people say they had an easier path, which I don't buy that because it's next man up. but maybe if you can think of an NFL team that maybe the team they played against lost their quarterback, which most of the time it makes it easier to beat a team when they lose their starting quarterback.
Yeah.
So weird comparison. So Raptors and Vikings, there's one from Spongy.
I mean, Randy, you agree with that one?
Well, the Raptors have a title not long ago. Vikings don't.
Yeah.
I mean, that is kind of interesting. I mean, just keep that in back. What about the Giants or the Knicks, Coach?
The Giants.
The Celtics
The
are
Giants will probably, you want to say they're comparable to maybe Charlotte.
It's not bad.
That's different.
I kind of get that comparison. No, like superstar, but a lot of good players where they can't, they should be doing best. I kind of get that comparison.
It's also if you look at Charlotte Hornets, the Giants with DJ and his injuries, the injury concerns, and then Melo, his injuries. Your leader, it's a concern there.
Good point.
And as far as the Knicks are hard because when you really think about it, they lost a whole lot of players and they still competed at a high level. So who in the NFL, lost a lot of key players. Your number 2, number 3, number 4. I would say they're the Houston Texans for 2 reasons. CJ Stroud is your Brunson. He come out and performed way above and became elite really quick. They lost like how many running backs and a couple receivers and still had a good season. So I would say they're kind of like the Texans, where we didn't think the Knicks were going to be as good as they ended up being. And it was a lot because of Brunson. It was a lot because of Stroud. And then later on, the Texans, I believe they lost 2 running backs. Then Tank Dell went down. Another one of the receivers went down. Okay. So that's a close comparison I can think. That's fair. The only I mean, you could go that route because, I wouldn't have thought that because Stroud to me is only going into his 2nd year while Brunson is
true.
Year 5, 6. So, but when you think about it, you're right. That is a great comparison, with the injuries and the way the team competed. So,
both players went from good star players to elite in this current year. So that's where I'd go with it. What about the Sixers, Mitch? Who's the Sixers compared to in the NFL?
Didn't we already talk about that, or we meant like just talk about the Eagles before?
We did Eagles Clippers. We didn't do who the Sixers would be. It would be also another disappointment. Someone who maybe lost their quarterback, or maybe they're the Steelers. got a good defense. They probably, with the injury of Embiid and problems, maybe they shouldn't have made the playoffs, but they did. Steelers squeak into the playoffs and lose in the first round, kind of just like Philly did. Steelers had injuries on defense. Watt got injured. Minka got injured. So a couple big names got injured. We lost Embiid for Philly. So maybe they're the Steelers.
Yeah, I can honestly see that. I was thinking that earlier. Randy, what about your Raptors?
I don't know.
Steelers equal key.
The CFL. Who won the CFL? They got to be a CFL team. They got to be a Toronto Argonauts.
There you go, Butterfly. There's the link.
Montreal Alouettes one.
the Rough Riders. They still have the Rough Riders as a team.
Rough Riders, boo! Saskatchewan.
I'm just trying to think for the Raptors, man. I mean, someone who won. Wait, was it 2019? So who won that championship in 2019?
And then lost, and then and then don't have their star player because they had Kawhi and now they don't. So you got to compare them to some team that won the title a couple years ago, and then doesn't have their star player after that. For me, if you're compared.
Hold on. Why am I thinking the Patriots? That's coming to mind right now. I know Randy hates that, but
I'm gonna puke.
Well, they did win, and then how about the Tampa Bay Buccaneers? They were really good that one year with Brady.
Buccaneers will be a better one. And then they
didn't have Brady the next year, and they weren't as good this year because they didn't have him. So losing an all-star, perennial all-star, Brady, Kawhi, it's going to affect your team. Now, has Toronto
and the Pacers won in 2019.
There you go.
There you go.
If the shoe fits,
So, the Raptors, Eagles, the Pacers, and Bucks.
why is my dad calling me right now?
Jets, Eagles, Hornets.
He went sideways.
Hey, look, it's Blaze. It's sideways Blaze. Hey, wait,
Guarantee he's calling to tell me Jerry West passed away. Guarantee.
But, I mean,
He doesn't have internet, so he gets his news at the evening news.
how are the Jets the Hornets? I'm like, did the Hornets get like a Hall of Famer? Did the Hornets get like all these players? No. Yep. Likes on coach. Everyone go like on everyone's channel. Really appreciate it, man. But I'm trying to think for the Hornets now. We already talked about that with the Giants. So
Well, the Hornets have sucked for the last how many years? So you got to pick a team that's sucked for the last 5 or 6 years.
The Giants.
And you had that comparison with Daniel Jones and Melo losing the player that could have made you a lot better. That makes sense to me.
here's what about the Thunder? I was just curious. What about the Thunder though?
The Lightning and the Thunder?
Lightning and the thunder.
Thunder.
No thunder here. Bright blue skies. Blue skies.
Yeah. There's no Lucy
Thunder.
in the sky with Wait, there's no Lucy in the sky with diamonds?
Thunder, you'd have to pick an NBA team. I mean, you have to pick an NFL team that has a lot of young talent that did well this year and could Lions. There you go. That's a good one. A lot of young, except for the quarterback, but they have a lot of young talent and a very bright future, and I think the Thunder should too. That's a good comparison.
The Bengals? Thunder
Not
and
the Bungles.
Not the Bungles.
Bengals.
They're in disarray right now, and I like it.
Ah,
It's an interdivision. You got to.
I'm just trying to think now. The Ravens? I can't think of anyone for the Ravens. That one's kind of tough in my opinion. Like who just got like an all-star, a future Hall of Famer?
Dallas? Are they the Mavericks? They didn't make as far as the Mavericks, but
But with Kyrie, I get it with Kyrie and Derrick Henry. I get that.
eh,
That could be a good one.
well,
Yeah.
let's hope they do what Kyrie and Luka did last year and suck for a year first. Then next year they could be.
Oh, everyone's spamming emojis on your channel.
On mine.
Yeah.
Legacy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is
See?
the members? Yeah, there's the members. Shout out to the members of the channel. Thank you for being a member supporting the channel. Whee!
Yeah.
I see them.
Yeah. Health and wealth to all. Yep. Shout out to you. Thank you for stopping by.
Shout out to you, Tommy.
Shout out to you. Oh, I clicked the wrong.
I can't
All
access the chat.
I got it. What do I have to call you Earl Cole now? Someone's on their phone.
Welcome to the telecast.
There you go.
We're on the mothership. Uh-oh.
Yeah. Now
There's a
here's
loose
a good
ball.
one.
Uh-oh.
Jason Tatum's role has it
Some-
diminished?
Somebody got a ball.
Oh wow.
I might have to shoot one for
Blake
Jerry
finally-
West.
Blake finally got balls. Pause.
For Jerry West. Yeah, there you go.
There it is.
I'm not going to try to dunk it. Coach gave me a good warning. I don't want to break my ankle on the live stream.
The Jets equal Pistons? No. No. I can't see that. I can't see Jets as the Pistons. I can't. But has the Jason Tatum role diminished? I think it has, right from the get-go. Oh.
All right, am I making this free throw or missing? One arm. What do you guys say? One arm free throw.
You're making it.
Hey, I tell you one thing about this court that I hated. Can you guys see those rims? Double
Oh, no.
rims. I hate them. All right, this is for the Hardcore Sports Network. Oh, Brick City.
Hey, look, it's Ben Simmons.
I got a Tobias.
Oh.
All right.
Wait, Blaze, actually trying to make a free throw so I can clip it later and put it on YouTube and be like and subscribe if he makes a shot. I've done that before.
Now holding the damn camera straight's the tough part.
I've done that before. I've done it
one-handed.
backward.
One-handed. There it is. Thank you. I'll be here all week. Thank you. Thank you. I got to end on that one for damn sure. That was lucky as hell.
Are you in your hometown, Blaze? That's what Butterfly says.
It's right outside of the town where this is. This is actually closer to the town. This is Grant Street Park. And for those just joining us like Butterfly or whatever, this court right here, a lot of famous people have played on it like Jerry West and a lot of famous people from West Virginia, from Pittsburgh area, even from Ohio, Youngstown, which isn't too far from here either. So this is a legendary basketball court. And I figured on a morning for Jerry West, why not go to where he played before and on location where the basketball summer league is starting and hundreds of kids, dozens, maybe 20, 50 kids now, but there are hundreds of kids signed up for this league. I used to run it. My heart grows every time I come down here and see all these kids playing, man. It warms my heart. It really does.
Have you
it's actually making me forget I'm sick.
Have you thought about this,
Thought about what?
I'm
Good.
Okay. Have you thought about playing there at night just to shoot around and clear your mind of things? I've done that before many times.
There's actually a court a lot closer to me. Plus I have a hoop right behind my house. But as you see, these lights did not work when I was a park director, and I made sure they got them to work. So they do have some night games here too. Unfortunately, the areas around here aren't that great. So I had to clean up needles, drug paraphernalia, people doing shit over here behind the pavilion and stuff. So I tried to get cameras in this park when I was, because I wanted it to be a little cleaner, but it still has some problems at night where people want to hide in a pavilion and do whatever they do. And it's disgusting. But I'm working with the park directors to try to clean it up, to try to get, the city to pony up to get some cameras down here. I was in touch with the city council member who's in charge of the park to say, all we need is cameras down there and a black and white to drive by every once in a while, and we can help that out a little bit. So just shout, every neighborhood, every town has one of these, man. Every town has, if you dig deep enough, you go around your hometown or the big cities, there's parks like this everywhere where kids play. And it's not as much as when we were younger, but that's why I want to celebrate it while you guys can see that, there is still, you don't have to get on your phone like we are now and sit around. Go out, touch grass, as the kids like to say, meet other people, go join a summer league or a park. Now, this park do other programs than just basketball. They have art. They have, firemen come down and teach classes. My buddy who is a workout guy will come down and teach them, all kinds of eating and physical, working out and stuff like that. They do kickball over here in this field. They do football in this field. They planted fruit trees and stuff. So parks like this are everywhere, man. And it's a shame they're not like they used to be. And that's why I wanted to talk a little bit about it, man. I mean, if you know an area where there are little parks like this and stuff, try to help out, man. And hopefully communities can come together and we can see more people play on courts like this, learn to play. The best competition was on this court when I was a kid. All the best ballers played here. So I didn't want to play anywhere else. And it grew so big that they had to add 2 more courts. So support your local government parks, your local area parks, and see if you got kids out there, get them in some programs where they can get out and be athletic or at least meet other kids and stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Yeah, it's like that around the tri-state area. So, you're definitely going to see situations like that. Where, the kids are having those type of opportunities, in and around Newark, the Newark area.
And it's a constant struggle for park directors and people to want to get the kids out of trouble, to get them somewhere to do some after school programs and stuff like this are very important to occupy these kids nowadays instead of just letting them sit on their phones. I had an idea when I was a park director. I was talking, the high school that I went to is right there. And I would gotten a hold of the AD, the athletic director, and said, hey, do you guys have Wi-Fi? Let's get some extenders so the kids can come down to the park to get on their phones, but they might end up, to get the Wi-Fi, but they might end up playing kickball. They might end up meeting a new friend and playing something. There was things. I don't know if you guys know what knock hockey is, but I grew up on knock hockey, and that's something that I brought all these things back whenever I was the park director. And sure enough, here's a knock hockey table right here. Now that I think about it. So knock hockey was huge when we were a kid, man. Ping pong tables, knock hockey. When you got a little stick and you just knock it in the goal, you make new friends that way. You meet new people instead of just sitting on your phone and vegetating like kids do nowadays.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, I'm sitting on my phone right now.
We all are. But that's what I mean. Why not trick the kids into going to the park because it has free Wi-Fi, and then you never know. Maybe they'll end up playing a game or meeting new friends.
Yeah. Well, according to Spongy, that Darnold is now the starting quarterback for the Vikings.
I kind of figured they'd go with him at first.
Then why would you grab McCarthy?
Veteran leadership. I mean, if Darnold slips at all, that's like, well, look at Russell Wilson and Justin Fields. You go with the veteran. You got a youthful backup that is serviceable or could do as well or better if needed.
Yeah. And then we got Marley saying awesome shot.
My free throw or the camera shot with all?
I think it's a free throw.
I'll take both. Yeah, I got real lucky.
Yeah, so really quick, let's get back to it. Jason Tatum's role, has it diminished? Because I think it has a lot. Whoever wants to take it.
I think you're just seeing that Jaylen Brown is the number one star there. He's proving it later on. It doesn't matter if Tatum averaged 3 more points a game in a regular season. You watch the last game, and they had Jaylen Brown and Luka mic'd up. Jaylen Brown is the one going around. Hey guys, just keep your heads up. Don't let them get to you. Don't, come over here, gather together. Let's do this. He was, that's one thing. When I was a coach for a couple years, I'm sure coach can speak for this too. You got that one player that's like a player coach that's out there firing a team up or reinforcing what the coach has told you. That's valuable for a coach because the coach can't be on the floor or on the court or on the field unless he wants to get technical. But you got that one player, and that's Jaylen Brown right now. He's producing on the court. He's coaching. He is leading that team. And whether he's the top scorer or not, his game isn't changing. Tatum's, I think, has changed a little bit, to answer your question. But like I said earlier, Celtics have the benefit of if one doesn't play as well, Porzingis steps up, Horford steps up, someone else is stepping up. You know what I'm saying? So that's why the Celtics have been so dominant, in my opinion.
God, I hate when you say that. Anyway,
because I'm not spitting something like it's fact. It's just my opinion, man.
All right. Well, if you look at Derek White and Drew Holiday, they're helping that tremendously. Drew Holiday's pretty much going to be the Finals MVP, which irks me. Really, really irks me.
Well, he's another one because he wants him on the Sixers.
No, he was on the Sixers.
And you would rather have him on the Sixers. That's why. Homer up here, Homer Simpson. But yeah, Derek White and Holiday are the same. Yeah, they're the same thing. I mean, they're playing so well and holding that team together. You don't know who's going to step up.
Yeah,
it could be it could be Cornette or someone off the bench hitting 4 threes in a row. I keep going back to that game against the Sixers. I think we did the live, and Boston just kept hitting 3 after 3 after 3. And I looked at the score and the box score in game 2, halfway through game 2. And Dallas was competing, if not leading, in the first half. And I looked at the numbers, and they had like 6 or 7 threes for Dallas, 1 or 2 for Boston. So live by the 3, die by the 3. They have an off night. Dallas can win a game or maybe 2. Because I want game 6 and 7. Boston's just playing lights out right now.
Yeah, you should be proud of him. But
so you should be proud of Drew Holiday, Mitch.
Yeah.
Boom.
Not on his Celtics. If he was on the Mavericks, I'll be happy. It's a heck
Hey.
of Celtics, man.
I've said since day one I was rooting for Dallas, but I'm a realist. It doesn't look good for them right now.
Yeah. So, yeah, Jason Tatum.
So does anybody have Dallas winning tonight?
I really want them to win. I really do, but I don't
I'm
know
going
if
to
I
pick them.
can.
I'm going to say they win. This is going to be the only game they win. It will be tonight. Momentum, crowd, like Coach was saying, if you have the crowd against you, and Kyrie's going to have to step up, and either Gafford, PJ Washington, Jones, one of those guys has to too. So that's what will happen, and I'm going with the Mavs tonight.
I think I'll with. I don't want to copy Blaze.
You're not copying me. You're giving your opinion. What does your heart tell you? Mine still says Boston in 5 right now, unfortunately. And tonight will be the only game the Mavs win. I could be wrong. I hope I'm wrong.
I had Dallas in 6. Yeah, that's not work. It could work if they win 4 straight, but I don't know.
That's why they play the game. That's why they play. Hey, and I hate to say this. I'm not wishing it on anybody. What if Jaylen Brown goes down tonight and he's out for the series? That could make someone else could step up. And Porzingis is done too because of his injury. You take out both of them, who knows? You never know what could happen. But it doesn't look good. I just can't keep saying that.
Yeah, Kyrie's got to show up. Yep. And then NYG, Celtics win even though I can't stand them.
I'm with you, NYG, unfortunately.
Same.
Yeah.
But I talked about it too. Celtics were close. They lost to the Warriors a couple years ago, and they're hungry. They had 7 players from that team still on this team. So they felt it. They were so close not too long ago. They want to grab it while they can. Pause. They felt it and they grabbed it.
Pause.
Hey, I'll feel it and want to grab it too. Why not? I don't have my sound effect with me here today. I was going to boing, boing.
Hi, Coach. How you? Opinion on this game tonight? What you got?
Celtics.
Straight up.
Celtics are going to win. That's just.
Hard.
I have no faith in Dallas. I really don't.
It's hard not to pick Boston right now. What about you, Randy? Do you think Dallas can win?
I hate Dallas or the Boston Celtics so much. I don't like picking them, but at this point, with a hurt Luka and Kyrie, a shell of himself, it's hard to pick them right now, to be honest. So.
Yep. I think they gave Luka a shot the other night just to get him through that game. Because in pre-games, he didn't look good shooting the ball and then kind of grabbing his chest and stuff. I don't know. I've never had a chest contusion, but it had to have been bothering him. And, they can, as long as it's within the rules to be able to give him some kind of shot to numb it up for a while, go play. These are pros. This is what they play their whole career, their whole life for. So they're all willing to play hurt. They are willing to play injured.
Is Luka out? No. Luka's going to be playing tonight.
There is a difference between being hurt and being injured.
I got Boston.
All right. I'll be the lone wolf hoping. And I'll be the man that's wrong tomorrow.
If you're right, I'm going to look back on this, clip myself, and be like, I should have, damn it. It's like, I should have went that.
I'm not even a pick 'em type of guy, but it's like, when it's the finals and we're analyzing it this deep and you get that feeling after those first couple games, like you guys said, man, we've talked about it this whole stream. It's really hard to go against Boston right now, the way they're playing.
Yeah.
Something terrible would have to happen to them for things to really change around.
Mavs defense been better. The whole team has been better, man. The whole freaking team's been better.
The one criticism I've heard about Luka is his defense. What do you guys think about Luka's defense? Do you guys think some people have said he's the worst defensive player in the NBA? I know he's not a great defensive player, but is his defense really that bad? Because it has been showing in game 2 more specifically, but he's, playing with an injury. Is he really bad at defense, or are people blowing that out of proportion?
He is bad at defense, but I think that's a little overkill. Like way, way, way overkill. So, but I'm just saying, Luka, we thought it would never work. And then they got defensive big guys behind him, and Gafford and Lively. And
What are they
Derek
doing?
Lively, yeah,
That's
thanks.
another point. That's another point we forgot to talk about. The defense of their big guys and the alley hoops. The alley oops, the oops that they were throwing. I mean, listen, when you got 3 guys, 4 guys, including Jones, that can go up and get the ball at any time, Kyrie and Luka are dangerous anywhere on the court. We're not seeing a lot of those lobs like they were doing that got him there. Where is Lively? He was, quote unquote, very lively in the previous series, and he's hardly showing up now. Now, I know they're going Gafford or Lively, and I've heard on a lot of people's podcasts saying you can't really play them both. But I think Lively, even though he's a rookie, maybe him and Tim Hardaway, maybe Lively's the one that can spark them tonight because he hasn't been doing shit.
Yeah. What is up, man? What is up? Thank you for tuning in.
Our man. What's up, our man?
What's up? So, how many will Luka get a triple double? I'd say yes. I'd say yes to that. I think Luka would get a triple double.
Hey, I said he almost had a quadruple double the last game. He had 8 turnovers. If he had 2 more turnovers, he had a quadruple with turnovers. Hey, but he took responsibility. I was telling Mitch in the post game, he said, listen, I had 8 turnovers. I missed free throws late in the game. That's what I like from a star. You don't blame the refs, blame the injuries, blame your other players. You come out and you take responsibility. I mean, he was the reason they were in the game, but he took responsibility for that loss.
So you're not Philly halftime? Okay.
I'm Pittsburgh halftime, damn it. Pittsburgh full-time.
You're Pittsburgh full-time or halftime now?
Quarter time. Middle.
Celtics are done. Series, that show is over. What?
I think you bet.
Right.
Mavericks are done. The show is over. She's just really hoping.
It's in Dallas. They're gonna win. Celtics are done. The show is over.
Hey, if you're a Dallas fan, you got to think that way. If you're a Dallas fan, if you're a Dallas fan or rooting for them, you got to think that way. That stranger things can happen.
He's asking, are you gonna play a game tonight?
No. This is a meet and greet for the summer league for the kids. They have 52 teams, which is incredible. They got girls teams, guys teams, adult teams, kids teams. And I talked to the guy running it earlier because I used to run this. I said, I know it ain't easy. You got to put up with parents. You got to put up with people that are coaching. Some of them are high school teams that are coming to play. And a lot of high school coaches won't let their kids play outdoors during the summer. And luckily, we've got a couple other coaches finally convinced to come and play out here. These double rims can throw your game off tremendously, too. They can also make you a damn good shooter.
Because you got to shoot at the right. Yeah.
You can't miss it off a little bit on a double rim. That thing's boing, bricking everywhere. I tried to get glass backboards here a couple years ago, but it fell through. Now that I'll never work for this city again, I can only hope. They got scoreboards and stuff, so I'll come back another. They have little ones that they put on the tables over there. They were talking about trying to get enough money to build a big one, but eventually I'll come back while the games are playing because they do games on Wednesday nights. So maybe one of these will be, you can see how it really blows up when these games are going on.
How many games go at once?
They're only using the 2 main courts this year. So the Mecca here, the old court, they just let the kids play on and stuff like that while the games are going on. But they have a game at 5 o'clock, game at 6, game at 7, game at 8. And I think they do the adult league at 9 under the lights.
Oh, that's cool. That is cool.
It's Monday, Wednesday, and Monday, Tuesdays, and Wednesday. So we might catch another pick and roll with the games going on.
That'd be sick. With that being said, guys, that will conclude Pick and Roll episode number 75. 25 more. Let's get it. It's me. Yeah, Randy?
I said, woohoo!
On the way to 100.
On the
Rest
way.
in peace, Jerry West.
Is
True legend.
Frozen or asleep?
He's chilling.
He's chilling.
He's like, yeah, I'm chilling.
I'm also watching ESPN, and I'm listening from my A too. So.
All right. With that being said, guys.
All around.
with that being said, guys, make sure you hit that like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. I will be live tonight for another MK Lounge, like around 8:15ish. Randy will join the MK Lounge, and you guys are more welcome if you guys want to join. Thanks, everyone. Thank you, Butterfly, for all the support. Seriously, it goes a long way. And rest in peace to Jerry West, the logo, man. With that being said, hit that like, subscribe, and we'll catch you all later. And peace, guys.
Where's my brownie?